getting comfy.
we are live.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Black Box Radio. Listen, it is a frosty night. It is
Yes.
cool. This is a winter, but we got some real hot. We're real hot in here. We're gonna make it hot in here because we got a lot to talk about. This is the Weaver Award. I'm so excited. I'm excited because this is something that I won in 2024, and so I'm so happy to see the new Weavers here. It's just a blessing that this continues to happen in Baltimore. Baltimore needs all the positivity that it can actually get, and so that we have these community people. We have people in their space making Baltimore better. We want to platform that. We want to talk about that. We want to bring that so folks can see that. Listen, Baltimore's not all bad. You know, when you hear about Baltimore, you always hear about the foolishness. You always hear about that. I can say another word, but I'm gonna say foolishness. But we always hear about that. But we want to hear about the good stuff because there are people who are standing 10 toes down trying to make Baltimore better. And so we have some of that going on tonight. And the Baltimore Weaver Awards has been around. Weaver Awards has been around for a while. I'm gonna let Mama Wynisha talk about that more than anything. Y'all hear me call her Mama Wynisha. That's my mama, baby. And so I'm Queen. Black Box Radio is a platform that illustrates Black excellence. That's what we do 6 to 9 times a month. We bring in Black people. We talk from the janitor to the mayor, baby. We talk to everybody because it's important to understand that everybody matters and that everybody has a story. So it's very important for us to do this in Baltimore City, where we have a population of at least 67% Black. And the city is talked about in a lot of negative ways, but Black people ain't negative. So we have to always bring it from an authentic space, from Black people talking about the good things we're doing in the community. And so the Weaver Awards, I don't know when it started, but Wynisha, I'm going to talk to you first. And you were the guardian for us in 2024. You're still doing that in 2025. So we want to say hi to you and welcome to the box, but also tell us a little bit about yourself and the Weaver Award.
Yeah, so a little bit about me. I am a Florida native. I came up to Baltimore about 16 years ago and fell in love with the city. I graduated from Coppin State University. And since then, I've been in the nonprofit sector, working with various populations, children with autism, young adults with autism, children that are in shelters, individuals returning home from incarceration. So just a plethora of individuals throughout the community. And I was introduced to the Weaver Awards by a winner in the 2022 cohort, Zeke. He goes by Zeke, and he's with the Greenmount East Leadership Project. He introduced me to the Weaver Awards, and he was like, they're looking for a community liaison. They want somebody who has experience in the nonprofit sector, in the grassroots, and he recommended me for it, and I applied, and that's how I ended up here. As a community liaison. I was my first year was last year with the 2023-2024 cohort, and then they decided to keep me on this year for the 2024-2025 cohort. So I'm definitely excited to be here. And a little bit about Weave.
What's that?
It was the Weaver Awards. They were initiated to celebrate and support individuals and organizations. The whole purpose was to foster connection and build inclusive communities by empowering those who are on the ground doing the work. So for the Weaver Award, you don't have to be a 501(c)(3). You could be a neighbor, community member. You can do it together with another neighbor. Say you want to beautify a block, or you want to give out hygiene products, or inspire the youth and empower them, expose them to job opportunities, etc. The list goes on and on. But just recognizing those individuals who are already doing the work. A lot of people were doing it just out of their pocket, on their own time, and they need to be uplifted. It doesn't. I mean, it takes a lot to become a 501(c), and that's not for everybody, too. So I think it's important to uplift those individuals who are already doing the work in the community without these big names like because Baltimore has plenty. Catholic charities.
Sure. Baltimore's a nonprofit seat of the world. Is every nonprofit in the world is a Baltimore city?
NGO city, okay?
I'm telling you. So you will see a lot of this. But you know what? The best work, I think, comes from the folks who are actually in community. We see, the problem, you address the problem, and you're familiar with the people who you're actually serving. You get these big nonprofits come in and they kind of I don't know if they service the grassroots, like the person who actually is going through something in the community. They usually solve it better than anything. But Baltimore has every nonprofit known to man.
Yeah.
So it's a lot going on when it comes to the nonprofit world in Baltimore City. So let me
Yeah.
ask you a question. When it comes to the Weaver Award, what do they look for? Are they looking for certain things, or is it like because I know our cohort had so many different iterations
Mhm.
of things. So what exactly is the requirement for if someone wants to apply? What are they really looking for?
The program is in Baltimore City. The individual or the organization is operating out of Baltimore City, so having that Baltimore
Okay.
City address.
Mm-hmm.
And then really just telling your story. And what a lot of when we're reviewing these applications, a lot of what we're looking for is to have people from across the city, so different zip codes, different areas, but then also two different focus areas. So youth development, working with the elderly, food insecurity, beautification. So just numerous facets we look for to kind of make sure that we're tapping into everything and supporting a very diverse group of individuals.
Good, 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 good. And is it diverse in population too? Like the people? Because some awards, since Baltimore is 67% black, they're looking for black creatives. So is
Mhm.
this for everyone, or is this just for black folks? So I just want folks to know particularly what they're looking for.
Yeah, no, it's for everyone. So
Okay.
you in your cohort, you had Lucia, who was
Yep.
her work
Spanish.
focused on the Hispanic
Hmm.
population here in Baltimore City, and a lot of the individuals who are going to be doing programming um, this particular cohort, no one is said it specifically for a specific demographic. So I'm sure their services, if someone was coming from a different demographic, they would still be, if they were a youth,
Hmm.
within a certain range, they would still be serviced, regardless of their demographic.
Okay. Okay. And so, how long has the Weaver Award been functioning in Baltimore City per se? How long have
Four
you guys been giving
years.
out these? Four. So this is
This is
four.
the
So
fourth.
this is the fourth year.
This is the
Got
fourth
it. And
year, and this is where it started. So, the Weaver Awards are now in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They're going to be starting in Arkansas. I think they're going to
okay.
be moving up to up the Northeast later on later on next year. But it started in Baltimore. So that first cohort started in Baltimore.
Hmm.
It went well, and then it kind of flourished from there.
Okay, y'all spreading like mustard. I know
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
I like that. Okay, so and that's good because this weaving thing is definitely community, and that's what made me want to apply was the
yeah,
community aspect of it is weaving within your community. So that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. So
yeah.
we are 4 years in, and next year. So this is 24, 25. This is the cohort I'm
Yep,
seeing here.
yep.
The
24, 25.
essential. Okay, essential wellness and the dialysis of to the docs. Got
Yeah,
it. We coming to y'all.
Mhm.
We coming.
yeah,
We coming. We're definitely coming. So,
yeah.
is there a amount of that they're looking for 25 people, 35 people, or is just as many that apply? How do they get down to a certain number?
So it's 20 weavers, each cohort.
Okay.
This year we had 21 because we had two individuals who partnered together.
Ah, all right.
But
Excellent.
traditionally it's 20 weavers. And we got hundreds of applications.
I'm
Um,
sure. I'm
this year
sure.
we get hundreds of applications. Because again, the requirements, it's not super high. And then also
Mhm.
too, you don't have to be, again, a 501c. So you're not, um, and it's unrestricted funding. So people are like, "Ooh, let me," So we don't get a
That's
shortage of
attractive.
applications. Yeah, we don't
That's
get a shortage of applications, but it is hard when you're having to narrow down folks because I mean,
yeah.
when we be in those consensus meeting, we are going head to head. Like we be like, no, because this person and yeah, so it gets a little hectic, but I think we narrowed it down and we got a really really solid group this year for sure.
Oh, that's something because listen, guys, I was supposed to be on that committee, but I had so much going on. I couldn't do it. And so it was so essential to me to meet you guys because I kind of bailed out on that process because I'm just so busy. I'm all over the place. I got a lot going on. But this is how I redeem with my weed team.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, girl? This is Sister
Yeah.
Circle. This is how I have you guys on. And so
Yeah.
I have another option, which is a beautiful thing. Not everybody does. So I have this option to be able to talk to you guys, which is so important because media is also important in our community too, is to be able to authentically tell our stories. So I'm getting today to tell a Weaver Award story of 2024, 2025. Am I correct?
Yep.
Weavers. So we have Raquel Johnson and we have
Mhm.
Wynisha. So who wants to go first? Who wants to sit in the hot seat? Ladies.
It doesn't matter.
You ready, Raquel?
Yeah,
I'm
Raquel's
ready.
ready.
Yeah.
Raquel's always ready. I see she laid when she came up, she laid back. I see this chick laid back like she at home.
I'm at home.
She is at home. So Raquel, kind of tell us about yourself and Essential Wellness. Talk to us.
Okay. Raquel Johnson. What about me? I'm a retired parole and probation sex offender agent. I resigned and walked away to start Essential Wellness. I did 13 years at parole and probation. It was actually my favorite job. So I didn't walk away because I hated it or anything. I just wanted to try something new. Once COVID hit, everyone that could retire did retire. So my caseload rose. I'm used to handling maybe 20 cases. I went from 20 to maybe like one something. So we did that for about 3 years, and I was just like, this is becoming too much. And I've always did therapy on the side. So I've had 2 careers. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna walk out on faith. And I had an idea because the fact that I was working in law enforcement, I seen how stressed the agents would be, and we worked closely with the police department. I seen how, how stressed the officers would be. And I also used to mentor Freddie Gray. So when that incident occurred, I did the protest and all of those things. But as time went on, I just like, well, what else could I do? So I was like, well, it's a million therapy programs. No one's targeting the police department. And that's how I got the idea to target that population. As time went on, everyone kept saying, why don't you do civilians as well? So revamped the whole program and stated, you know what, I'm going to do a community engagement, like bridging program, to the point where we're going to try to, bridge the gap between the police department and Baltimore City, because as we know, they just don't get along. So with that, we offer mental health services, addiction counseling, meditation and yoga, and most importantly, ethical conduct training and community engagement trainings.
Excellent. So you guys were first geared towards the police department.
Mm-hmm.
So you would give therapy and all of these services to just police officers.
Yes.
Okay. On duty, off duty, retired, any police officer.
Retired, fired, whatever. Anything. If we have law enforcement, we'll see you. Mm-hmm.
You said fire. A lot of them did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So anything with the police. So now you're actually servicing the community. Anyone who needs mental health therapy, yoga, any of that, meditate. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. And so with the sensitivity training, because I think Baltimore City is under the consent decree.
Yes.
Still, right?
They are. And they're doing quite well. This year, I feel like a lot of states are under the consent decree for some reason. A lot of we're the number one in the Maryland is the number one in the Maryland is the number one in the United States right now for revamping the police department.
Excellent. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing at all. And I really hope that the police department comes back to the city. I think that would help. It's now the state, as a state allocated. Baltimore City is actually a state, and I think that was on the ballot. I think that's important that it comes back and let the city control an actual agency that works within the city. I think that makes sense. But also, what is more important is the relationship between community and police. That is paramount. It's paramount to solving crime. It's paramount to just the environment in neighborhoods and how people feel about the people in their neighborhood. So it's very important what you're doing. I like what you're doing. What are police officers? I know you can't kind of tell what they're talking about, but what do you guys address? What are their issues?
Everything. Well, we do know they have a high suicide rate. A lot of alcohol abuse, a lot of domestic violence. They have a high stress job. And then once you throw in systematic racism, even if you are a good guy, a lot of them fall into the, it's the boys in blue, so I kind of got to do what they do. No, you don't. So with that and, just personal issues, those are probably the top 3: suicide, alcoholism, and domestic violence.
We see how when trauma comes into place, the same
Mm-hmm.
behaviors. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what your
Mm-hmm.
position in society is. When trauma shows up, the behavior is the same. You drink, you drug, you beat somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's always this, the same reaction to
Yeah.
trauma. And so trauma is something that affects us all, even our police officers.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to give them some grace.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely have to give them some grace. So I think you're doing a great thing. That's amazing. I don't
Thank
like the
you.
police, sis. So bless you. I don't do police.
Everybody says that.
I don't do police. We black. You mean everybody says that? What's wrong with her, Mama? Why we black? We don't
But
do
I know
police.
some great officers, and they're
That's
pretty
good.
receptive. I didn't think they were going
Okay.
to be receptive, but I thought,
Okay.
they're going to be like, "Lady, who are you? We don't need your help. We've already been scrutinized. We're under the consent
Hmm.
decree. Now here you come trying to fix us." But they welcome Essential Wellness with open arms.
That's a great thing. I mean, and I think you have something for like that can spread because
Hmm.
there's police officers in
Yeah.
every state, every county. So it's
Hmm.
not something that can stop. So that's a great. I think they need it. I think the community needs it also. But
Yeah.
definitely the folks
And
who are policing us, it
we're
definitely
getting a lot of
police.
support.
You get a lot of support. That's good because
Hmm.
police didn't start great. It started as slave patrols, and a lot
Hmm.
of we see a lot of this behavior is very barbaric, and so we
Hmm.
have to find a way to put humanity and treat people well. And
Hmm.
I don't want to see anybody hurt themselves. Even police, I don't
Yeah.
like them, but I don't want to see them hurt themselves.
Hmm.
Because everybody's a part of the community, even the police, even the police,
Hmm.
Raquel,
Hmm.
even the police. So you're doing a great thing.
Thank
Essential
you.
wellness. We're gonna give a hand for Essential Wellness. Good job, good job, good job. I like what you're doing. I like
Appreciate
what
it.
you're doing. All right, Miss Juanita, you done got off the screen 53 times. Now I hope you're gonna stay still. Unmute. We gonna unmute your mic. Let me unmute you. Yeah, unmute your mic. How are you? Yeah, unmute your mic. You still muted. Wait a minute.
There she
There you
go.
go. There
Thank
you go.
you.
How are you?
Yes, I'm glad. I think that is a good sign. I'm going to break through to the other side with this process with you all. Thank you.
It's all good.
Thank
It's all
you
good.
for inviting me on. Yes.
No problem. Can you tell us a little bit about Vanita and the dialysis to the docs? Love it.
Yes. Um, Dialysis to the docs. We just started this year. This is our first season on the water. We
Oh,
started
wow.
in April with the rest of the traditional sailing season in the Mid Atlantic region. Um, and I started it because I wanted to give a fresh perspective, a restorative option for people dealing with kidney disease. One
Mm.
in seven people has kidney disease.
Oh,
They're
wow.
just unaware of it.
Wow.
It most especially affects women. They're more likely to get kidney disease.
Oh, wow.
Um, and I was one who had kidney disease about 5 years ago, and I was on dialysis for 5 years, and I
Wow.
had a kidney transplant in 2021.
Hmm. Yes. Beautiful. That's a start.
That's the
You know,
start, right?
that is definitely a start.
That's the
And so
start.
you said you had a living donor.
I had a
So
living donor, yes.
wow. So they have one kidney. You have one. Wow.
Well, that's a good question or a
Because you only
good
need one.
statement. You only
Yeah.
need one, but I
You only need
actually have
one.
three. So when you get transplanted,
They
they
keep
don't
the
take
other
out
one.
your native
That's right.
kidneys. They keep
They
the
keep
two.
it
So
in.
I have
Mm.
three kidneys.
Mm.
Yeah, they don't take it
Um,
out.
they
Hmm.
transplant your new kidney usually in the front. Um, and yeah, it's an interesting process, an extreme process, because
Hmm.
you must go through dialysis. So there's different forms of dialysis: hemodialysis, peritoneal dialysis, which is done through your peritoneum, which is your stomach cavity.
Your stomach. Hmm.
Um, I was on the machine 12 hours a day, every day for 2 years. Um,
Mm.
I have a client, a young lady, it's a child. She's 14 years old. She's on the machine every day for 10 hours a day.
Mhm.
So it's a different way of life. It's a different way of looking at yourself. So similar to what Raquel was saying with that, maybe depression and dealing with other ways of you might beat up someone, but you might beat up yourself as well. I did a
Yeah.
lot of kind of looking back, regret, shame. of things that I could have done differently. Being uneducated, as you were saying, Queen, not a lot of people are aware of in this, especially in Baltimore City, how it greatly impacts, their stress, where they live,
Yep.
what they eat, how they eat, where they
Environmental is very
go,
important. Yep.
environmental factors,
Yep.
the social determinants of health, as we say now, the food deserts. If you live in a food desert, you're
Yep.
70% more likely to have kidney disease. Um,
Well,
if you
Vanita,
live,
one thing we see dialysis centers throughout the hood. We see it
yes,
all in the city, and there's a reason
everywhere.
for that. You know, it's the food, it's the stress, it's the all of that. And you see these. You go to rural, but you hardly see dialysis centers. But you go into the urban areas, they're everywhere, and it's unfortunate. And a lot of Black faces are in dialysis. It's very unfortunate. Very
Brown,
unfortunate.
brown and black people are more likely to get kidney disease or have kidney disease because of
Absolutely.
these other confounding variables, right?
Yes.
But then non-brown people are more likely to donate. So my donor was a woman who identifies as white, who specifically went in 2020 and said she wanted to donate her kidney to a woman of color. So that was my aha moment there, on
That's
top of
beautiful.
many other things in life, right? That was just a great equalizer for me. Similar to sailing, right? You go out on the water and you're dealing with the wind power, you're dealing with water. So you're really having to tune into, for me, this indigenous way of life. Sailing is an ancient art of life. People come from the land and the water, and the outer space, if you vibe on that too, but the land and the water, right? So we have this understanding, if you don't want to sail, just being near the water is healing. 95% of the world's population lives less than 6 miles from the water,
Water.
either a stream or a creek or a river. And Baltimore City is a very abundant place for the water. We have a deep
Right.
water port. We get millions and billions of dollars a day
From
off of
water.
that port. Yeah.
Yep.
So why are we not having fun on it and engaging in our physical health, our mental health, our spiritual health, and then just making Baltimore a happier place as well, especially for people who are dealing with high stress levels. Yeah.
The water is relaxing. I think a lot of times when it comes to water in African Americans, we have a history with water. And I think it keeps us away from the water. And a lot of times we really don't look at it as a place of chilling, of a place where we feel comfortable. I told you while we was off that, listen, I don't play with no water. If I don't see land, I'm like, wait a minute. What we doing?
Yeah.
So I'm not a water kid. I mean, and I'm a big swimmer. I love to swim, and one of the things too is we don't swim neither, and we have to swim more and get more acclimated with what. Sister Bunny, I'm gonna have to be honest. If I don't see no land, I'm like, Kunta, you got to get me. You gotta get me closer. That's real
So that's
talk.
why we start in the
This
inner
real
harbor.
talk right here, girls. Huh?
That's
What
why
you
we
say,
start in
Juanita?
the inner harbor, so you can see the land, you can see Cherry Hill.
That's why I can do that with
these
you. Me
areas.
and you could, yeah, we can do that, but we can't go.
We can
We
do
can't go
that.
to the ocean, baby. We got to stay. We
Okay.
can't go out to the bay, boo boo. We got to stay close to the land. I got to see some land because I got to know I can get there. I mean, I don't
right.
even like cruising. I'm not saying that other people they could do what they want. I just, I'm just talking with my little self. I don't really like water, but I think that if you're sick, because I was sick for a long time, the water is very relaxing. I can definitely kind of so do you have nurses with you or people who help this, or you have to be well when you actually take the people out? How does it work?
So for me, I advocated for my own self. Now we're having this shift in the medical community. I know in the kidney care community, they're shifting to value-based kidney care, where one part of that is you have to be of a certain weight actually to get transplanted. It's going on all over the country, but most especially in Maryland. So if you're overweight or if you're having these other things going on, because diabetes and high blood pressure are the two leading causes of kidney disease. So this program is to help to just like engage the body. Sailing might not be your thing, but if we get you out there and get you moving, we boost your serotonin levels. You feel happy. You feel, giddy, because the salt water gives you negative ions. It boosts the serotonin levels. The sun resets your circadian rhythm, so it helps you, acclimate your body to sleep time. So we don't have nurses there, but myself, I'm a kidney dialysis expert. I did it. I work with people who do it, and we have them advocate for themselves. Do you feel well enough to come out? Yes. Do you want adventure? Yes. Do you want peace? Yes. Are you willing to try something new? Yes. And these people come out. So it's really about them seeing themselves differently. It's another way of helping with that transition into value-based kidney care. Similar to Raquel, just a more holistic way of approaching people, not just giving them a drug or telling them to lose weight or telling them you can only get a fistula or you can only do this. No, we can help you. I have people who have fistulas in their arms. I have people who are doing peritoneal. I have people in between, and they're out there, and our excursions are 2 hours a piece, and people just, they do it. We pick the right times, the right place. Everyone is in it. We teach them how to sail. So this is not a cruise. This is not lay back and chill. This is get in it, get involved, be part of your healing process. You must be there.
Oh, that sounds interesting. So who's sailing? Are you the captain of the ship too? Because I hear you the nurse, you the janitor, you the captain too. Don't tell me you're selling the ship.
Similar to what Wynisha was saying, we've been doing this, putting in our time, sweat equity, and money to do this. So yeah, I'm all of those things. I have great supporters who help me out and offer me boats. We have a boat. We have access to boats. So it's just right now still in its early startup phases, but I'm a certified captain. I'm a certified skipper. I'm working on my captain's license. Yeah, I'm one of
you better work, Vanita.
I'm doing it. I'm training
I got a whole new respect right now. You moving the ship around. You go, girl.
I'm racing sailboats. I'm with other clubs, and I'm a racer, so I'm more into the tactical way of like how to get in and how to get out, which is a useful skill, right? So like these type of things that we're building on have something to do again with the overall way that you see yourself, self-preservation, self-reliance, and getting in harmony with the water, because that's where you're from, the water and the land. Those are the key things. It builds your spiritual muster. You see yourself differently. I see myself differently.
I'm almost inspired. Not to get on the ship, but I'm almost inspired. I mean, I'm real honest. I'm very inspired. We might have to hook up, Ms. Bonita. I would like to see this play out. I mean, I really would. I think it sounds amazing. And not only are you providing the service, you are the service. You can get in you can move the boat around. You can tell the folks about their condition. That's admirable. I like that. Wow. So how have you been received by other people when you tell people about this? What do they think? What do they say?
Some people, people congratulate me for having a transplant and doing well, because it is just a day by day thing. I'm thankful to the Creator just for health and strength. And, the people who get out there, some of our participants, they've been out there sailing in the rain. I'm talking about rain coming down, and we're sailing the boat. And they just, sometimes it gets tough trying to, get all this stuff together to get out there on the water. And actually, then a participant will say, Vanita, I want to go. I had a participant who got out of dialysis, hemodialysis, which is really tough on the body. It's tougher than peritoneal. Clinically, it's scientifically shown it's tougher on the body.
Yeah.
But he left his treatment after his treatment, did the full thing, which is usually 4 hours minimum. And then he comes and he gets on the boat. And he's just sitting there, and he was like, I'm just at peace. And he wanted to sail in the rain. I had my full rain gear on. I'm like, do you even have a rain gear? He didn't. He just had on a jacket and some shorts, And it wasn't like pouring down rain, but it was raining. I had on gear. And I was so impressed and so driven to just keep going, because sometimes it's tough. You know, not many people disagree with it, but sometimes it can be tough for people to understand that these people are just differently abled. You know, they can advocate for themselves. You know, if a nurse wants to come along, she or he is welcome. But these people kind of want to be away from nurses. They're aware enough in their body and in their spirit to say, I can do this. And that's the goal, is for them to say, I can do this. And that's what I lean in on.
That's truly amazing. Wow. I think that's truly a gift. I mean, when you're sick and you're going, because dialysis can be taxing. And as you said, hemodialysis is very taxing. Dealing with the hematology it's a lot. And those chemicals are coming inside of your body. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And for someone right after to want to sail, it must be very relaxing, because most people they're bushed. They want to get in bed, or they just want to chill. They're tired.
Yeah.
And for them to want to sail, that says something about what you're doing. It must be really relaxing and something that they really feel connected to.
Yeah, I'm thankful to be able to offer it to them, because sailing is an exclusive sport. I mean, it's homogenous. It's usually white males. It's you know, it's an economic investment. You know, in order to get out there, you just can't jump on anybody's boat. It'll either be a charter or a cruise, but you don't have that access. And when I gained it, and once I got my mind wrapped around it, like, oh, other people can do this too. I want to reduce those barriers for people to get out there, whoever you are. If you want to donate a kidney, cool. If you don't, if you just want to sail, because I'm getting more women who just want to sail. I'm getting more people who have other health challenges that just want to sail. And, you know, I'm really thankful that going through all of that, I can see the reward in it, which is that people see the story and say, oh, if she can do it, then I can do it, you know?
Wow. Is there a fee? Like, say someone wanted to sail, so I'm having a bad day. I'm like, listen, I gotta get on this water.
Yeah.
So what how does that work?
So the kidney disease patients this year, we gave all of our sales away for free. So if you had kidney disease, you were for free. So we gave away 35 sailing trips for 6 months. Every month we had 4 people sailing for free, at least 4. Every month. We didn't stop until October.
Excellent.
Then we have another sale, which is really another sailing trip, which is really available through our partnerships. And that allows us to charge $40 for a 2-hour sail. That's and you cheap. Just come out.
That's cheap. I thought it would be more.
I know. We're keeping it, you know, we're keeping it accessible to the people and just doing our best to just continue that. That's why Weave and people like yourself, former Weavers, Weave programs, MNT, Aspen Institute, all of these people who come together, the people we don't even know their names, right? These silent supporters come together who make it possible for Raquel and I and yourself and Wynisha even to do what she does, because these resources, even word of mouth, it just means so much. And so, yeah, we can do that. I can feel inspired and I can feel safe that I can still live a life, not, you know, threaten my way of life or my health again, but, you know, give out of abundance. And Weave makes that possible. And other partnerships in the city make that possible. So I'm very, very thankful. So yeah, that's what we did last year. We hope to continue it in 2025 and far beyond.
I expected it to be more than that. $40. I mean, I really expected it to be more.
Well, thank you. Help me work on my
sis. I expect we might have to go in partnership. But I really expected it to be more. I absolutely expected it to be more. But because I've interviewed 2 ladies who've had 2 kidney transplants, and the last one got rejected, and she had it again. It's so amazing to get another kidney in your lifetime. So she's had 2 kidneys in her life, and the second one is doing well. And she's had the first one for a while, and then she had to get another one. But to have 2 in your life is a bit. But she's such a beautiful human being, and I don't even know if she knows about your service. I'm going to tell her, Crystal. But it's just amazing. Oh, wow! I just could never even think that this type of service could even happen. But you have to have gone through it. So you are a person who had kidney disease or a kidney malfunction where you now been transplanted and you saw that there was a need. That's what weaving is, Mama Y.
That's what weaving is.
That's what it is. You see the problem and you listen, you jump in the gap and you weave it up. And so listen, I got to say, I shaded you, Juanita. You done came on and off, but you my girl now, sis.
Thank you so much.
I love it. You too, Raquel. I am like very I'm very excited about what you guys are doing. I think is needed on both ends. We need you need to help the folk who going crazy, who got some things going on. You gotta help them out, show now. But definitely, you need to get on the water and chill. You know, and a lot of times people can't decompress. And imagine being able to go on the water and just and a lot of decompression leads to you want to get high, you want to do other things to get move the stuff off your back. But if you can do something natural, like get on the water for $40, well, $50, we don't put that $10 fee. We don't get that to $50, sis. But with that $50 fee, it's $40. You gotta get a whole 50 on it. That 50 spot on it. But yeah, you get on the water and you can decompress. It might get you away from drug use or beating on your spouse because you're able to sit on that water and think about your issues. And so what I'm hearing is we address the issues, Mama Y. That's what we do. We address the issues.
Absolutely right. And find ways to connect with one another.
Yes.
And collaborate. So, Juanita and Raquel, I'm hearing like this could be a little bit of a collaboration. You can get
them Queenie. Don't forget the Queenie. Sweetie, why don't you forget that Queenie? Because
yes, absolutely. You too. Everybody on this call.
I'll bring my mic. We talk to the police officer, we talk to the others, and listen. Absolutely. But I hear a collaboration between you guys. I'm serious. I mean, for what you're doing, because when I say that, and I said that, is because sometimes that is not an option to a lot of people, and it's so expensive. They don't have a way to the water. And now I'm hearing there's a way, and so I think it's therapy there, Raquel. There's some therapy in what Juanita's doing, and wherever we're able to help our community, and we could do it together, we all win.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just what that's just what it is. We all win, and when our police officers are healthy, we win, and when the community is healthy, we win. And so I do like you, Mama. I hear a little collaboration between these two.
Yeah, my wheels is over here turning.
Yeah, they would probably like that because we've done a lot of community engagement activities with the officers and civilians. This summer we took over 100 to the baseball game. So civilians and officers. So we did a couple events where we brought them together. So they were probably like, go sailing.
And I think go sailing would be good because then you don't have any other outside entities going on. It's just you in the water. You got to talk, baby. You got to communicate. You know what I'm saying? You got to connect. And that's a lot of times we get to the game, we're together, but we're not really together. You know what I'm saying? When you get on that water, ain't nobody talking. I mean, it's just the water. So I think that's where you can get some real conversations probably on that water that you wouldn't normally get on land. So that I see that as being very therapeutic. Wow, what amazing! You see what weaving does? Brings these ideas together. Did you pick them to come, or how did they come?
Well, I got responses, and as responses were coming in, I was like, I really want to hear and share more of what Raquel's doing, but then also to Juanita, because I feel like they were both very, very unique. Not to say that the ones
they
weren't.
Are very unique.
They were very, very unique.
They are
their story,
unique.
How they came to be, but then also to the type of programming that they're offering. A lot of nobody thinks about officers and their therapeutic needs, but then also to have someone that has a story of them overcoming, their journey with kidney disease, but then also to allowing people to have an opportunity and space to heal and kind of talk about it and bring awareness to it. Because again, in our community, we're not talking about health issues. We talk about the positive things. We don't want to focus on, we don't want to go to the doctors. People ain't going to the doctors like they should. They feel an ache. They're like, let me get some ginger ale. My stomach hurting a little bit.
Did you say ginger ale?
Juanita's bringing awareness. Because like you said, we're dealing with food deserts. We're dealing with unhealthy eating habits.
Exactly.
just because we're not aware, but we also don't have access.
And stress, and just being Black in this country is not easy. And so we are smashing a lot of things inside of us. And so when it comes out, sometimes we blow up. And that's what happens with police officers. I also commend you because you're not a police officer, and you saw the need, and you look toward something in Baltimore that the community has had a lot of issues with. It's been a foregoing issue, and for you to say, listen, let's work with them, let's talk to them, let's give them a place where they can talk and get this stuff out, because they matter too. That's the truth. As police officers matter too. They're human, they're people. And so I commend you for that, because most people, we're trying to get to the community at large. I mean, honestly. So I commend you that. But really, you probably found a real good niche, because there's so many police departments. Don't smile. I'm giving you that's my 5%. Get it right, Raquel.
I got you.
That's my 5%. Yeah. We both on the couch. So I really, but truthfully, I think that, I commend you for that, because we always look for the citizen, and sometimes we leave our servicers out, and the services need services too. They really do. They're under a lot of pressure, and so I appreciate that. And then if you can get them on the water, you might find something. You might have found a whole different, a little different scale going on. And there's not many places that have access to water like Baltimore. People don't get that. Having a major port, there's a lot of landlocked states. Don't get twisted. We live we have the ability to have in a deep port where we bring in goods. Baltimore is the third largest port in the country, and so there's a lot of goods coming in and out. And so it's a blessing. And you can get that sailboat out there and get some cops on there and get some people in there, and the dialysis patients. It's all I think that's a win. I love it. I love it. I definitely love it. See the weaving is. I love weaving. I'm telling you, I love my group. I want to. Full disclosure, I'm a 20. What am I? I'm a 2023
to 2024.
That's right. We go 23 to 21. Coming right after the pandemic. The pandemic had already kind of gone down, and we were coming in. I'm still kind of in it, but not in it. And I mean, the people who were in my cohort, we're pretty close. I just had lunch with one of them. We kind of, and I'm one of those people. I kind of cleave on the people. I love people, but it was just another way of seeing work being done in Baltimore of folks who I had no idea. And that's one of the things too, is being a part of the work. It's like when somebody all of these people are doing good work, and that was a good association. That's first. And then now we're 4 years in, and every year you guys are bringing more folks in. Just imagine this kind of, it's not really fraternity or sorority, but like this group of people who are just really in Baltimore, 10 toes down, trying to make it happen. I love it. I think it's a very good thing. I hope it continues. I've met weavers from before, like Shorty. That's my man right there.
Yeah.
A lot of, and let me see, what's my girl with the Baltimore scene? Chin is a weaver.
Yeah, she was at the celebration.
Yeah, that's my girl. So it's a lot of weavers that I've met and that I know too. I've interviewed a lot of them. So I think it's a good association, girls. And you're gonna move through the city, and then like, I'm a weaver too. I've had somebody come and say, I'm a weaver too. And so it's a thing, and it's a good thing. It is really a good thing, and I really enjoy going to the stadium. Going to see the Ravens. M&T, they're good sponsor, baby.
Shout out to M&T.
Shout out to M&T. So we were able to go to a game and have that, and that celebration. So all of that is really good. So what do you see the Weaver Award going from here, Mama Y?
Going from here, hopefully, I'm hoping that it still finds a home here in Baltimore, and then expanding throughout the country. We do have an online community where anybody can join from any state. It's a great resource for individuals doing grassroots work. You can get on there on the online community. They have an ask section where you can kind of say like, hey, I'm looking for assistance with grant writing, or I'm looking for assistance with XYZ, and you have a plethora of people available to kind of lean on and get information from and kind of do that information exchange. But then we also have the subgroup, which is the Baltimore local group online as well, where that's a little bit more locked in with the Baltimore folks, individuals doing the community. So not just the Weavers, but also other individuals. It might have been individuals that applied that didn't quite make it, but they're still there on that platform, able to share events, able to share information, and they also have the ask and need section as well, where you can ask for assistance. You know, if you need volunteers, XYZ. It's a great resource. They have a learning center on there where we have grant writing modules, etc. If you want to become a nonprofit, kind of walks you through that. So they have learning modules on there that you can work through as well. So it's a great resource.
It's a great resource. And the brainchild. Huh? I'm sorry.
I said I do see it expanded to other states. Like I said, we're in Wilkesboro, North Carolina, going to Arkansas, and then we're going to focus on, I think they're going up the Northeast.
Which is great. It's totally great. Let me ask, so the brainchild, I saw it was David. How did he think of this? I mean, what was the trigger to think of something like this that would be the Weaver Award?
I think he's seen the lack of connection in community and the lack of trust.
Yes.
Because that's a big part of the disconnect of people, is that feeling of distrust. So he kind of focusing on that, and how if you learn to trust your neighbor, learn to trust individuals in your community, you can then come together to make a difference. So building that community trust and then being able to build from there can create the change that we want to see. But it starts with building that trust first.
That makes sense. And so the Aspen Institute, tell us a little bit about the Aspen Institute and how they sponsor this.
Yeah, so the Aspen Institute, they have a plethora of different programs that they kind of dabble into and help. They're a nonprofit overall. And with David, he published a book, and they took his idea and were like, well, we want to bring this to individuals. Like, we want to take it from the pages and we want to bring it into the actual community and put it into practice. So that's how the Aspen Institute kind of played a role in that. They made that connection with M&T. M&T then agreed to sponsor the first cohort here in Baltimore, and it kind of just took off from there. So Aspen then goes to these other cities, and they're just talking to large organizations, whether it be Walmart in Arkansas, that's who's sponsoring down there, Wilkesboro, North Carolina. So big organizations or other nonprofits that can, or businesses, banks that are willing to sponsor the Weaver Awards and give away these awards to the 20 individuals that are chosen.
So let's tell them the award, because everybody want to hear that. What's the award? You know, they want to hear about that change.
Yes, 20 people get $5,000 towards their community project. Yes.
That's a beautiful thing, and it's unrestricted funds, guys.
Yeah. So I mean, the reporting, Monique, you seen what the reporting looked like. It was just me meeting with you once a month.
Yeah.
Discussing where you are on the project, if you need resources, and then also we meet as a cohort once a month. Yeah. All as a group to kind of do like workshops and things like that. Raquel and Wynisha will be participating in a grant writing workshop in January. So things like that. That's what our reporting looks like.
And we did a lot of linkings at your job. Yeah, remember we came to your job and you had those presentations. So you kind of, it's almost like you meet your people and you just chill with them for that year. Allow you to do some things with them, and you get more acclimated with the people. It's a win-win thing, I'm telling you. It's not a
no, absolutely. And I get to make connections that I get to like keep and maintain far after this role completes for me, which is I just love, because I want to see Baltimore flourish and prosper. I mean, I live here, so my kids are here. They go to school here. You know, I'm not in the county saying I work in the city. I'm here.
Baltimore proper, baby. We in Baltimore proper, baby.
Baltimore proper.
Because you got to say that sometime. Listen, we are in the city. I
mean, so that people know that the work that's going on is directly affecting me and impacting me and my family. So I definitely want to make sure that these individuals coming in this cohort, they're as successful as possible.
Okay. And listen, I also want to give you your flowers. You're all over it. You was all over it with us. I think we've developed a relationship. I talk to you a lot. I've talked to you and going towards being a reviewer when I've been talking to you, and we have like this connection. So we really appreciate you. You are definitely all over it. You are the CL of all CL, the community liaison.
Liaison. Yes.
Liaison. Yeah, you do a good job at it, and so we really appreciate you. And because you seem like you really care, and that's really what it is someone who cares about your stuff.
Yeah.
You know, when I first talked to you, you was like, "Oh, we didn't know about Black Box Radio." You called me. I was at work. I'm like, "Who is this lady?" We had such a great conversation, and then now you're doing it again. And I hope that if they have it again, that they put you back in space because you're really good at this. Yeah, you guys are gonna love WW. She on it. Yeah, I'm gonna love WW. She's on it for sure. All right, so we've been here 50 minutes. I know I don't feel like it, but you guys have really inspired me. You've dropped some jewels on me, and I want to hear from the ladies. What's next in your programs? What do you guys want to do in the next 2 to 3 years with your programs? And how do you want to kind of spread in Baltimore? So whoever wants to go first, I want to hear a little bit about where you're going from here.
Okay. You want to go, Juanita, or?
No, you always go first, Raquel. Okay. Go ahead and do your thing.
We're hoping to network with Baltimore County. I already got some affiliations with that in reference to providing services to Baltimore County officers. We have kind of did something with housing. Housing actually reached out to us and had me come in and do some wellness workshops for them. So that was pretty amazing. Yeah, we're just trying to expand to outside quarters. Parole and probation. Someone mentioned us to them. Haven't heard from them, but I have like an inside source. Like they're looking into utilizing you guys, especially since one of the officers who went and did the home visit was murdered a couple months ago. So at the moment, parole and probation, they're not doing home visits because everyone's saying they're stressed and all of that. So it was actually Nick Mosby who said, "You guys need to holler at Essential Wellness." So we're just trying to expand. So
shout out to Nick.
Yeah.
Shout out to NM. I get it. That's great. But wow. And so the home visit, someone killed them.
Yeah, one of the agents.
So unfortunate. It
was in a unit I used to work in.
So unfortunate. Violence is everywhere. That's it. But sometimes you got to watch going into someone else's arena. You got to be a little careful with that. You might want them having a more standardized environment. Not that that's, but sometimes you can control your environment. You got to sometimes control your environment with folks. But wow, that's really unfortunate. But yeah, that's great. So you're looking to expand. You're going to spread into the Baltimore County and get some different agencies. That would help. It sounds like you're going to be like do some government agencies, like which is good. You can go all out.
We're hoping we can. We're hoping. So
yeah, it's the park police. There's police everywhere. I'm serious. So it's so many different entities of police that you could work with, which is great.
We've had firefighters reach out to us, so
because they're stressed up too. Yes, I love them. Yes. Beautiful. Whatever we can get them so they can be whole people and they can approach the community with a whole mind and a whole heart. We with that. We're definitely with that. All right, Miss Juanita, where you sailing to next?
Oh man. Well, next I'll be sailing to on the Delmarva. It's actually part of a program.
Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware. It's part of the Navy Academy program with the Command Seamanship Training Squadron. I am a participant in that. So that's helping me to gain a whole nother level of understanding about sailing and how to do everything from engineering to GPS to sailing a 44-foot yacht. So we're working on that level. That's my personal endeavor.
Okay. Well, I want to go on your 44 yacht. That's when you come get me.
Yes,
I'll go with you there for sure.
Great.
Wow.
And so on another level, though, we're in communication with marinas up and down the East Coast. We're looking to expand into Annapolis as well as DC to get dialysis to the docks in those areas. We're working with the National Kidney Foundation as well. I'll be speaking at a home dialysis event at Howard University on their campus on December 12th, next Thursday.
Awesome.
We
Awesome.
also have the kidney ball coming up in March. So that's a big thing in DC, and the Congressional Kidney meeting, where we actually go to Congress and lobby for people to continue Medicare and things like that, things that get deeper into the learning process for myself and others about advocating for kidney patients, as well as people who donate their kidneys, because there's a lot of things that can change with that with your health care.
Yeah.
So getting more people out on the water, and actually I would love to, and we're working on expanding throughout the US. So when it's cold here now, we would go to California and to sail and offer our services there with nephrologists who are our kidney doctors, and clinics, dialysis clinics in California or Chicago. I just returned from Cape Cod and Martha's Vineyard in that area. So we're looking to expand our services to where the people are, because again, 1 in 7 persons is dealing with kidney disease, chronic kidney disease. So to offer this as an actual prescription, a remedy, a restorative, and point for them to get back out on the water and to just do things that just come naturally. We're making waves in kidney care. That's what we say. So we're doing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, because you can't live without your kidneys. Can't live without it. That's why dialysis is so big. And if you have a lot of bubbles in your urine all the time, you need to look into them. If your urine is chronically yellow or brown, check it out, especially red. You might, please, your kidneys are important. Look at you when you urinate. Look at it. See what's going in the toilet. Don't just walk away. Just please, because your kidneys is everything. It filters everything, and you need them. But they will tell you. I promise you, they will tell you.
Let you know
they'll let you know that back will be on fire. So they're in your back, so that they will be on fire. So please. Kidney, and for Black people too, because we are disproportionately in dialysis. We are disproportionately have kidney disease. Please take care of your body, eat well. Please, chill out, get on the water, do whatever, because we are chronically sick and in so many ways. And I just, I love what you guys are doing. I really love what you guys are doing. I think you're right, Mama. Why you always know. I tell you, I always know. Because these are they're so unique in what they do. And you had to have gone through something to make up what you guys have done. Raquel, you worked there, you saw the need. Sister Vanita is a transplantee. That's the best programs, folks who've been through the fire first, baby. And so I really am inspired what you guys are doing. I'm like, listen, keep up. I hope you come give me an update. Invite me on your 44-foot, Vanita. I'm coming. Raquel, when you expand, I need my 5%, sis.
Got you.
Don't hit me up.
Got you.
Hit me up. And I got to come to something. I'm in my South Carolina studios. I spend a lot of time now with my mom. My mom is, I'm in South Carolina. And so I come to Baltimore. I'll be in Baltimore in a week and a half. So I'm in Baltimore a lot also, but I'm now in South Carolina. It's a little cool here too. So I know if it's cool here, baby.
Yes,
it's super cool here. And Charleston again is another water place. It is the second largest port in the country. So Charleston gets a lot of the money too. It's a water space too. So I'm on the water again. And my mother lives here, and then I live in Baltimore. And I was born in New York, which is the number 1 port in the country. So port cities. We live in port cities. But listen, guys, I just really, really appreciate you spending some time with Black Box Radio, bringing your genius to Black Box Radio. Raquel, you chilled to the left, but I'm glad you're here. Juanita, you all in the picture looking beautiful, and I'm glad you're here. Mama Y, you my girl. I really appreciate everything, and I love being a weaver. I just really love being a weaver, and I love meeting you guys. I can't wait to meet you in person. I want each of you to do this for me. Leave me a jewel. Leave the people a jewel. Inspire us. So we're going to start with Raquel, of course. She's number 1, y'all. So we start with Raquel. We're going to hit Vanita, and then Mama Y, you're going to close us out, okay? So leave a jewel, ladies. All right, Raquel, drop it.
Maintain your humbleness. Treat people how you want to be treated, and sharing is caring.
Ooh, love it. Excellent. Miss Juanita?
I had a wise man who told me that you must go and hunt down the wave. In order for you to surf, you must hunt down the wave. So I hunted down the wave, and now we're doing nothing but surfing. So come join us out on the water, dialysis to the docks.
Look at you showing out.
I know.
I love it. Showing out on my show. What, Mama, why y'all better hold Juanita down over there?
I know.
That was nice, though. I love that.
It was.
Right,
It was.
Yeah, that was nice. All right, Mama, why hit us?
All right, I'm gonna close this out with consistency, not perfection. It builds trust and it makes progress. So, just start. Just start. Be consistent. Don't worry about perfecting it right then and there. Just be consistent in what you're doing. And again, it'll build that trust, and you'll make progress.
Love that.
That's my jewel.
Listen, those are great jewels. I want to wish you ladies happy holidays.
Thank you.
The holidays is coming out. 2025 is coming. We're dawning a new year. Just be blessed. Keep doing what you're doing. And we're gonna get off, but y'all gonna have to give me some numbers. We got to stay in touch. So I just really, and Mama White, thank you for bringing these ladies to Black Box Radio. And I know I hunched you down, but I'm so glad you came.
Yes.
So glad you came.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Good night, Black Boxes. We're out of here. And guys, y'all stay there. I'm gonna close out. Good night, everyone.
Right.
Let's get some juices, ladies. Put them juices. Let's get them deuces up. Deuces. We go. Yeah, that's what I love. All right.